Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, as-salatu was-salamu ala khatimin nabiyyin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in, amma ba'd, fa'auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem, bismillahir rahmanir rahim. قال الله تعالى في سورة المائدة: حرمت عليكم الميتة والدم ولحم الخنزير وما أحل لغير الله به والمنخنقة والموقوذة والمتردية والنتيحة وما أكل السبع إلا ما ذكيتم وما ذبح على النصب وأن تستقسموا بالأزلام ذلكم فسق. اليوم يئس الذين كفروا من دينكم فلا تخشوهم واخشون اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا فمن اضطر في مخمصة غير متجانف لإثم فإن الله غفور رحيم. Translation: You are forbidden to consume the dead animals and blood and pork flesh of the swine and the animals dedicated or sacrificed for other than Allah and the animals strangulated to death and that which is hit or beaten to death and the dead through fatal fall from a height and that which is killed by stabbing with horns and that which is half eaten by wild beasts except what you slaughter lawfully before death and that which is sacrificed on stone altar for idols, and also prohibited that you seek decisions of fate or luck on dividing meant by divining arrows. All these are grave sinful acts and disobedience. This day the disbelievers are fully despaired of your religion, so do not fear them but fear me, Allah. This day I have perfected your religion for you and completed my favor upon you and have pleased to choose for you Islam as your religion. But as for him who is forced by extreme hunger and is not inclined to sin can eat such meats, then indeed Allah is all forgiving, most merciful. In the first ayah of this surah, we saw that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned that all the grazing animals, with some exceptions, were halal, and those exceptions are mentioned in this ayah, that those animals who are the dead animals and the blood and the flesh of the pig and animals that are slaughtered for other than Allah, and the animals that were strangulated to death, and the animal who died because of some trauma, and the animal that is dead because of falling from a height, or the animal which is dead because of fighting among animals, and the animal that is half eaten by another animal. If these animals are completely dead, they are haram, meaning that their blood is become a part of their flesh because there was no bleeding and they were not slaughtered. But if the animal is not dead and you are able to slaughter them and the blood flows out, then it is halal and it can be eaten. And if some animal is slaughtered at some shrine for the sake of pleasing someone other than Allah or pleasing the idols, that animal is haram as well, despite of this that this was slaughtered. And gambling with the help of arrows is also haram. The Arabs used to do that after sacrifice they would make piles of meat and then they will gamble on those piles with the help of arrows. All these things are grave sins and are prohibited. The disbelievers are despaired of your religion, meaning that they know that this religion cannot be stopped, so do not fear them but fear only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has perfected the deen of Islam and has chosen the deen of Islam for Muslims, and the only deen acceptable to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Islam. An exception is told here that if somebody is dying because of hunger, he can even eat the haram meat to save his life. But the only intention must be that he is trying to save his life and not trying to commit any sin. If someone eats haram meat to save his life, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is all forgiving, all merciful. Let's pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us true understanding of Quran. Ameen wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.